Well, I could not figure out how to select two columns of information that were not right next to each other. So what I did is I highlighted this first column here, as I'm showing you. I then tapped and I chose copy. I came down and then I tapped in a square and tapped again and I could paste it in there. Okay, and then I could not copy and paste these values because they were calculated values based upon the column next to them. So what I did is just typed each one of those in by hand down here. All right, but now that I've got them right next to each other, I can make my frequency table. So I highlight both those. I'm going to hit the plus sign up here, choose chart. We're going to make the chart type a bar chart. That's our frequent one. We'll go ahead and give it a title. Legend, we're going to put none. We don't need a legend. We're just graphing one common theme here. Chart title, this is our relative frequency. Of the different genres. So there's our title. Horizontal axis, we'll put our genre. And our vertical axis, we'll put our relative frequency. And we'll hit the green check mark. And so there is our second graph. We're going to just pull that over. Remember how to shrink things here. And so there we go. Let's go ahead and see if we can answer some of these other questions now that we have our two graphs. Let's see here. Question 3. Describe what variable is described in the bar graph. So question 3, let's go ahead and answer that. There we go. Oops. Why do I keep making this apologize. I keep turning this into our movie example for some reason. So I gotta edit my chart here. My column title rather is not relative frequency here of the genre. This is relative frequency of visiting Instagram. There we go. And we'll update that, hit the green check mark. All right, so let's answer question number 3. What's the what variable is being described here? What are we asking the question about? And so in this case, how often do Instagrammers, we'll call them, visit Instagram? I should have capitals on any time I use the word Instagram. Okay, so that's what it tells us. Is this quantitative or is it quantitative or qualitative? Is it a category or is it numerical? Now, we are using frequency and how often they do it, so that's kind of a measurement we're taking, but we're not getting into really good details. Instead, what we're doing is kind of grouping them. So those who use it every day, we're not saying how often each day, but just daily use it. So we've put them in that group. So these things would be categorical because we aren't getting specific numbers that we are measuring. Finally, the study includes a total of 1,445 online users. I'm reading number 4 here, but only some of them used Instagram. In fact, if I recall up here, they only had 247 who said they used Instagram. So that's 247 out of, down here it says 1,445. So in number 4, what we can do is just calculate that value. So I'm put number 4 here, and then in a cell right next to it, I'm going to have it do a calculation. So again, to do a calculations, I start with an equal sign. Okay, and in this case, they told me we got 247. Was that the total? Yeah, 247 people answered the call about, I use Instagram out of 1,445. And I'll hit enter on that. And I believe we can also turn that to a percent if we want to, if I can figure out how to format that cell. But I'll just go ahead and do that mentally here. So if I move my decimal 2 spots, it becomes 17.1. So we can put 17.1% in there. 17.1% of the people use Instagram. And we're done. And so when we get done, we have, hopefully, this nice little sheet that answers all of our questions. We get some beautiful graphs from it. So your job today is to practice a couple of these, specifically trying to make these charts and answer the question.